Welcome everyone to the show. This is the second test analysis that we've done. Please do feel free to check out other videos, but today we'll be doing a post-mortem of the second test between England and South Africa, which finished yesterday on the 17th of July 2017. I would say, as always, I'm joined by Connor, or I'm joining Connor on the stream, and yeah, not a great test for England.
Not really. Not really. No. Well, I mean, compared to the last test, which everyone would say was a fantastic success. A bit of a well, complete the other side of the coin, really. It was.
That's something that I'd like to put things a bit later, actually, is the nature of this. Something that Jonathan Agnew mentioned was that England's champagne cricketers, these amazing successes worthy of champagne moments, which are immediately followed by this rush of defeat in an embarrassing manner, and not really seem to be able to adapt to the situations that are put in front of the batsman, which, I mean, it's really quite troubling.
Yeah, well, it's something that was thrown around a lot was the phrase, this is the sort of style of cricket that we're going to play, and the quoted style of cricket that we're supposed to be playing was not the necessary cricket to win that match. Well, win that match, or necessarily
Put up a fight in that match.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, it was not a nice way to be defeated. I mean, I think it's all very well peddling this idea of positive, aggressive cricket, or whatever you want to call it, high strike rates, lots of wickets and whatnot. But if that style of cricket is ultimately losing cricket, why on earth should we be playing it? Like, this is a serious problem in the England setup at the moment, where we've abandoned what is, in a lot of ways, traditional test cricket, which can sometimes be a great way of winning games and looks amazing when it comes off. But when we're being bowled out 133 with about 5 guys in what's probably objectively our strongest batting lineup ever, going away there with leading, like, not an acceptable way for a team of this calibre to go about their cricket.
No, it's not. You are correct. You are correct.
So, looking at sort of like specific players. So I stop at the top of the order. Fairly again from Keith Jennings. I think George Ravella for Cricinto put quite well in. You could have parked a caravan from the back of his pad during his dismissal in the second innings. At the very least, he can say that he was beaten, but it was still the comprehensive manner in which that happened. Must at least bring some one goal.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, well, it's like I touched on before. Well, yeah, that how he got out in the second innings was just bad. I mean, no self-respecting opening batsman should be getting bowled through the gate.
I think when unlike England's disastrous tour of Australia a few years ago, Alistair Cook was clean bowled by Ryan Harris. I think that up to that point in his career, that was only the second time he'd ever been clean bowled in his career as a test. Like, there have been a few times when he's edged on, in terms of actually no contact with the bat whatsoever of the ball on the way through the stump. That was literally the second time it ever happened.
Well, it just doesn't seem to happen anymore, does it? How often do you see openers getting bowled? It doesn't happen, and it's because they're supposed to be so solid, and the technique is supposed to be right. I mean, it's one thing, they'll do their best to cover the stumps. So like getting out LBW, and things like that are almost excusable, but when you're getting out bowled, well, it's just knocked me for six a bit, really, if you'll pardon the pun. Like, it just was so unexpected in every way, and
that's what I mean. It's sort of, I don't know about you, but it's left me with this really quite horrible feeling. It's like dissatisfaction to it all. And I was watching it on the TV just before Johnny Baird goes wicket, and it was horrible.
Bairstow's wicket. Yeah, what's he playing at? We've got 2 days to chase down the 2 days to chase down the world record Test fourth innings score, and he's gone to try and hoik it for six and hit the floor before he's hit the ball.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's like the manner of that dismissal. It's like, where's... Like, I know that I'm speaking for myself here again, but if I was there, I'd be thinking, I have a chance here to make history.
Yeah.
And the Bailey fighting for the draw was absolutely enormous.
Mm-hmm.
Like the morale of this team, you know, make South Africa bowl with Philander doesn't have a spine. He doesn't have a spine left. And England's batsmen don't have a spine in a completely different way. This Vernon could sort of talk about injury. Philander couldn't bend down to pick up the ball properly on the fourth day. And can you imagine what on the third day, sorry. So even with 2 days to go, he was struggling physically. You know, their best pace bowler, or pace bowler, I said that doesn't sound lightly, their best seamer.
Some serious shade being thrown at Vernon Flanders today.
I know, like, I'm an enormous fan of what he's accomplished in 2022 abroad. I really hope he carries on, but yeah, it's like the manner of these dismissals is almost hurtful, actually, as an England fan.
Yeah, I think there was no respect shown to the people that went all that way, the people that paid all that money to go and watch that cricket, just to be, oh, this is the style of cricket we're going to play, and just effectively.
Yeah, what a cop-out that is. What a cop-out.
It's
like having been faced with any problem in life and saying, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Saying, yeah, we should be playing like this instead.
Yeah, outrageous. If you ask me, outrageous.
So again, looking at the specifics of this, we've sort of briefly covered Keith Jennings.
Yeah.
I think he should be given another test. We'll see how he goes. But
I don't think he should open. Should not open. Oh, we have a comment on the stream. Octavius says hi. Hi, Octavius. Pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, sort of. I don't really see how that can happen to like you said, to an opening batsman. Sort of like he needs to be better than that. You know, like you are not being beaten for pace. You know, true, Philander has a great record at Test level, and rightly so. But you should not be being bowled through a gate that wide at Test level.
No, especially not by someone who's bowling it at what, 75 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Questions need to be asked, I think.
Yeah. But again, it's who. I think I really didn't want this to really just turn into a rant, but so who's that makes the selections? So it's like Bailey's has 25 there, Root has 25 there, along with, you know, is James Whittaker still really high up in their selections? I'm sorry, my readings failed me on that one, but who's been watching county cricket recently?
Well, yeah, no, it's an interesting question. Well, having just perused the stats, I mean, you'd say Stoneman.
Yeah.
Stoneman has scored bags of runs this season, absolutely tons. But I feel there's probably a view in the selectors. They're going to, no, he's too old. And has he played for England before?
No,
Stoneman. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'm sure a quick Google will find us the answer. Also, Octavius asks, he says, I play Battlefield 1 on PC. Where are you from, guys? We are from the great United Kingdom.
Formerly great. I do our very best to mess it up at the moment.
Yeah, but that's for another episode.
Yeah, like we're not just planning to do sporting stuff and sort of all sorts of current affairs if we can. I mean, it's just going to be a matter of seeing where current event takes us. So, yeah, we're both going to do the UK.
Yeah. Mark Stoneman, to answer your question, is 30 years of age.
That's not out of the question that you should be given a crack.
Yeah, well, yeah, 30 is not old for a batsman either, at all, is it? It's not old for a cricketer, really, but...
Yeah, I think he's the next catch up to Van. I think James should be giving another test. But then again, when we've got so many glaring errors, such as, say, like Gary Balance not really establishing overall the way they we've got that to the side. Any sort of people with certainty, really, like, seems to be really quite struggling at the moment. And I don't really know what they're going to do, because there's been this stuff going around about Rude selecting his mates.
Yeah.
Again, a rumour. I don't really want to speculate too much on that.
No.
But Balance, I mean, if you were in any sports team, let me take this back a second. If you were in any sports team, you went back, you were promoted up a level, having succeeded at the level below that.
Yeah.
And you were introduced into a new side, in a different role that you were playing before. So, like, if you say if you're a footballer, enter the club team here. Actually, I suppose football would be it's a lot closer. But say, for instance, you were playing football for a club team, you would then go into international football. You're used to playing on the right wing, and now all of a sudden you're going to be playing centre midfield.
Mhm.
I mean, it may seem to some people like that shouldn't be that much of a change for somebody who's good enough to play in international football, or in this case, international cricket. But for somebody like Balance, who doesn't necessarily seem that sure of himself all the time, I think that's a really big change for him to make, especially when he's had virtually no experience batting at 3 this year, even. Even when he played for the Lions, he batted at 4.
Yeah, I don't know why they put him at 3. I mean, and where's he scored all his runs in county cricket at this season? 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah, so it makes no sense to me. Octavius is from Greece. I've never been to Greece. You been to Greece?
It's lovely. I've been to Greece a few times. I've had a friend that people who go to Greece, either the mainland or an outside the island of Greece. It's beautiful.
Yeah, my mum and dad went to Kos. I'm fairly confident that's a Greek island. No,
Yeah,
can't say I've been to Greece. But I do hear that Greek holidays are fantastically cheap at the minute, so who knows? Could only be a matter of time.
You're looking for it, like, you'd be able to buy yourself a Greek island if you were to sell the house.
Oh dear. Big love to Greece.
Yes.
I remember Athens 2004, when the Olympics were in Greece. I had the Athens 2004 video game on PlayStation 2, actually. What game that was. Tapping X and circle as fast as you possibly could to run. I also remember Greece winning a shock Euro 2004. Came out of nowhere to win that.
I watched that in Greece, believe it or not. I was in Greece when that happened. Yeah, no, I was in Greece, the island.
That must have been a good atmosphere.
It was amazing, yeah. No, we'd been beaten, knocked out by Portugal, I remember it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like on quite an affiliation in Greece anyway. I've been there a few times. And then just like getting in a bar and cheering along with all our Greek friends was just so much fun. So, yeah, random barmen sort of like smacking TVs to try and get them to work just so they can watch the last few minutes of it all, and yeah, like batting ass. What a player.
Oh, Octavius. Awesome. Hope to come again. The summer is the hottest ever. 45 degrees. That sounds a bit hot for me.
Like I'm much more of an October or May sort of time person than played Octavius. Otherwise, my poor little British skin melts.
I was going to say we're used to 4 or 5 degrees, not 45 degrees.
45 is powerful.
Oh. So where do we get to?
So yeah, so we're talking about Guy Arms and this selection conundrum or position conundrum or a bit of both. How do you solve a problem like Al Gary?
Tell him he's had his chance. And that's it.
Yeah.
I think
he's got one more test.
Yeah, you'd think so. Well, I think there's a lot of, and coming back to Keaton Jennings a bit, there's a lot of batsmen who had a go and then got chucked and then have never been considered since. And it seems weird that Balance gets this special treatment, really. Do you think Sam Robson?
Yeah, he's back well of late, I think.
Yeah, and he was, he had a test or two where he was very good in the England side, I seem to remember. I can't remember his England career all that well.
I believe the Sri Lanka that he made his test run with the games. He sort of found out a bit outside off stump, about 40 bit stump, nicked off or bowled just through the gate. I remember it. But certainly mentally he's excellent.
Yeah.
So
someone else.
There's Nick Dubbins. After a stellar season last year, struggled to kick on a bit this year in Middlesex. So again, I think somebody to keep an eye on.
Someone else who's had a rough deal is Adam Lyth.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a very, very bad Ashes. That's no secret. But I think if we're giving everyone, I mean, Nick Compton got back in the side. He's useless.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I was actually a fan of Team Nick. I know, sort of, like, there is that much of a statistical basis for that.
No.
But I don't know. I think I probably saw something even myself in the Nick, and sort of like a quirky, slightly weird, like quarterback. Yeah, but I think it was right that he left when he had to do something. Clearly, I think there was something going on inside his head, either outside or made worse by cricket. So I think it was right for him to take time out of the game, as he did, and now seems to come back and be enjoying cricket a lot more than the good Yeah, I think, like, other than Sterling, it seems that no one's really put that up too much. I mean, sort of like on Wesley's boys' name, which has been thrown around, I can't really comment too much on him. He's quite swashbuckling, which could go one or two ways on it. Yeah, I don't really know how the shoulders can come into the other stuff we have.
I think the last thing we need is someone who swings the bat too much. We need a really boring. We need a boycott back. We need someone who's got one shot and it's the drive. We need someone who's going to leave. Yeah, we need someone who's going to leave everything apart from the straight drive, or leave everything apart from the cover drive. We just need someone who's going to stay there for a day and score 100.
And only just make it to 100 as well.
Yeah.
It'll come from one, not out.
Yeah.
Balls at the end of the day. Because now Cook tends to be slightly more expansive than he used to be.
Yeah.
So I think if Cook's going to play at a strike rate of 50-ish, I think somebody at the other end who's going to stick around with him and just build that partnership, put balls in the pressure, see off the new ball and take it from there.
Yeah.
Which was sort of the idea behind Compton, I suppose.
He just didn't stay there long enough, did he?
Like?
He never stayed in long enough.
Yeah. Problem.
I did not rate Compton at all.
Yeah, I got that.
I'll tell you who I did rate though. Hasib Hamid. He, I think, is the boring blocking batsman that we need. And I think it's such a shame that he...
What's happened?
Well, he injured his hand, didn't he? He got this hand injury and broke a finger or something, and then he just sort of hasn't been let back in since that.
Yeah. Something like these, let back in. He hasn't won today selections, he's been hit Lions time and again. And he hasn't scored any runs. I really wanted to be back on the England side, so it was awesome. The story, everything. He's the best age young kid. An absolute advocate for hard working championship, giving rewards in tests. And yeah, like he looked right, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he looked like he played proper cricket as well. Normally these youngsters, they just come in and smack it, and he was not doing that. And he looked so solid. Technically, he looked so solid, and it was boring cricket that was exciting to watch, because you thought, oh my god, England have finally got a young batting prospect for the top of the order, not in the middle of the order.
And especially when we've got such an aggressive middle order and lower order.
Yeah.
You sort of think, well, this is ideal.
Yeah.
We've got a real stodgy opener. The pair openers.
Yeah, people that just refuse to get out. That's what this England team needs.
And it is essential for example, about high passion over here, especially for John Bairstow. I accept a lot more that Gary Barnes, Keaton Jennings are going to get beaten by the bowlers, beaten by really good bowlers. A lot more than John Bairstow will, which is what really centred the problem for me. When Bairstow plays a shot like that, because he's better than that.
Yeah, that was so unexpected. Yeah.
It's, just on the side, I'm looking back at Hamid's last 10 games or so. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 innings, he's scored 1 half-century. Which was 75 not out in a one-day game. So since, I believe his first class average at the end of last season was about 53, it's now down to 37. So I think it's a real shame.
Yeah, I do. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you like... Well, he was so good in India. He made runs and he played really well. It doesn't make sense how suddenly against the lesser forces in the county championship it's all gone wrong.
Maybe just wait for expectation with his injury and stuff.
Yeah.
See how he gets on. Anyway, I think we should probably move on a bit further down the order. I suppose we could go as far down as Liam Dawson. I'm going to bring the next.
Yeah, okay. I'll open. Liam Dawson is hopeless. Right. I don't wish to be rude, but I said it a bit after the Lord's Test. If the Lord's Test solidified anything, it's that Liam Dawson is not a good spinner, because Moeen Ali, who's a batsman, got 10 wickets in the match. Liam Dawson, who's a bowler, got I think 4. So you know, that's initial alarm bells. Also, he got a pair at Lord's, which is not good. And then here, did he get out of single figures? I don't think so. And he's in the sides. He's in the side as his frontline spinner, but the book says he's an all-rounder. So you know,
he looks like a good counter all-rounder according to his first class stats.
yeah,
I was in the mid-30s batting ball, and that's the first class level. As Hampshire being in and out of the first division. But that's not going to put the boat at test level in either part.
No.
You could have said something about Marine before. I think the battle pedigree was much greater than that at Dawson's. I'm struggling to see how he reflects him into the first spinner. At first, and then first choice spinner.
Yeah, I've really not got much nice to say about Dawson. He took a very good catch at what was he like, 4th gully or 4th slip or something. That was an extremely good catch. Yeah, but other than that, really not good. Batting poor, bowling poor. Really unimpressed.
Yeah. And that's just brilliant to be actually with the guy said the absolute banter if England make 3 changes to the next test, and Dawson is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd be taking Dawson out straight away and bringing Rashid back in. Because Dawson is a spinner that doesn't turn it. He's managed to turn 1 ball in the whole series, and it got Hashim Amla out. It was a great ball.
Yeah.
But 1 ball over 2 tests is not good enough.
Yeah. It isn't going to solve the problems that England will be facing as well.
No.
In any tournament, so I wouldn't play another spinner I'd play with that.
Well, where are we playing? The Oval? Oval traditionally is pretty flat, I think. Doesn't spin much.
Yeah, so like I said, that line, sort of, you can either go 2 ways with that, you can sort of think, okay, it's going to spin a lot, and it's going to be good for the batsman, so let's have an extra spinner to make balls and the rest, that kind of thing. Or are we going to just get back and capitalise on that? Like, England aren't going to be happy with the draw at the Oval, though. They need to win this.
Yeah.
So, maybe they might pick another ball.
Well, the other thing, Joe Root's not bowled a single ball.
Yeah, he's capable, one would say.
Yeah, he's capable. He's got test wickets, and I think he can definitely hold an end up, can't he? Yeah. You know, I don't think, and I think personally, Joe Root's probably just as good a spinner as Dawson. Probably not technically, but he does the same job.
Yeah.
He does exactly the same job. Dawson didn't take any wickets really, and I'm not expecting Joe Root to, but he'll hold up an end whilst Moeen Ali takes wickets at the other.
Yeah.
I really do not see what Dawson is adding to the team at all. That's.
Yeah. And of course, absolutely nothing against the Blue. I can't really see England turning into a world-beating side with Dawson as their first choice spinner.
No.
No disrespect, I just think it's objectively
laughable.
Yeah. I'm struggling to see the logic behind it.
I think we've bashed Liam Dawson enough.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel bad for him now.
We do love you. Not now.
I'd like to talk about. Yeah, I'd like to talk about Bairstow's dismissal a bit in that second innings. What was he thinking?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a senior player and a senior bat. Whenever Bairstow's in, that's when I'm, as a England fan and a viewer, that's when I'm most comfortable. He's the bat.
Last time we did an episode as well. We said that Bairstow's one of those assuring presences that where you can't see TV or on the radio, you hear that Bairstow is 35 not out, and you are happy with where we are.
Yeah. He just never looks like getting out. This always seems to be a good ball that does get him out, but for Bairstow to chuck his wicket, I was just stunned, in stunned silence, sitting there watching it.
Yeah, it feels like, hang on a second, you don't do that.
Yeah, it was completely out of character.
That's how this, like in England stuff. that's not how this works.
Yeah. It was a big shock.
Yeah, and I don't really know what you say to somebody who as well has such a good track record by and large, really into the last few years. He plays a shot like that. Does that mean that you pile responsibility on him because this is what he should be playing like, or the responsibility that he should have had there, or you sort of say, well, you've got to put it in the bank because he's played well. That gives him a bit of a life, or I'm struggling to find sympathy at the moment like that.
No, I am. I mean, maybe it was him showing frustration. I really don't know, but it was not good. I'm trying to think who else got out cheaply.
Knowing Ali,
yeah.
fell into a trap in an almost embarrassingly easy match.
Yeah, well, he walked into it. Yeah, absolutely walked into it.
I mean,
yeah,
again, like knowing he's going to play shots, you know, that's great. He's free scoring, you know, it's fantastic for having an advantage. But when you're trying to save the test, or at least I think that's what we're trying to do, isn't that what you sort of do when you've got such a massive, insurmountable
task?
Chasing buttons?
Yeah.
Sure that's what you then do, you then try and save the test. And then, like, if I see, I can't remember if it was Morris or something, back at square leg, it's 2 balls, he hit a ball straight to it. How does that figure? You're an international cricketer, and you weren't able to figure out that maybe sweeping through square leg isn't the best idea. I'm a big fan of Bowie in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And he did it wrong, and I'm glad he did it. But that was not fun.
It was unintelligent cricket. Especially having got, well, perhaps he was sort of walking on air, having played so well in the last test, and he just thought he can do anything, but that doesn't.
England having champagne cricketers.
Yeah.
Sort of done something amazing, drink the champagne, and then it's almost like a hangover from that. And all of a sudden, in the next test, you have a job to do, which is not easy, it won't be flashy, it's going to be hard. South Africa bowled really well, credit to them. And you didn't just lose, you embarrassed yourself.
Yeah. What do you think they got complacent then?
I don't know actually, like, I think, I can't really see it as a negligence on the part of any sort of like intentional way of thinking about their game. It's sort of, sod this. I don't really want to try and take this. Like, I don't think it's anything like that, but it was too easy for South Africa. Like, is it a cards or a wills? I don't know which one of those is more troubling.
No. Interesting point you raise, but yeah, I can't or won't. We would like to think it's can't, but well, it was. I was watching it on Sky, but I can just imagine the moan that Jeffrey Boycott would have been having on TMS, because he loves a moan anyway. He moans when there's nothing to moan about, but I'm sure he would have been having an absolute field day, because a player like Boycott is exactly what we needed in that game. We needed someone to just block and be a big old grumpy cricketer and just sit there for ages not getting out.
Yeah, and I think sort of like this way of playing it keeps on being found out as well. I think it's great for one-day game, great for strength or whatever. But which moving on to something I want to put actually, Trevor Bayliss. It seems to be that whilst this theory of playing in this whatever policies, whatever, or going your wicket away in bad situations. When going forward, it's not working right now.
No, it's not.
So England lost So I'm going to go fly correct. England have lost 7 of their last 10 tests, 6 of their last 8, 5 of their last 6 tests. Now, there's something positive about losing matches if you ask me. So I don't know what needs to change about how they go about it, because losing is one thing, but being embarrassed is another.
Yeah, well, I think it's those stats are skewed by the series in India, aren't they? And I think we all know that it's very rare that anyone's going to beat India in India because of, you know, the pitches. They're a really top quality side, and England are, well, I don't want England to be a side who are just good in England, but it's sort of where we are. And they always say the same thing when we go abroad. It's like, oh, there's no swing, so we're not going to take any wickets. It's like, well, you know, when the Indians come to England, they don't swing it, but they take wickets, or you know, they learn to swing it. You have to adapt to the conditions.
And it is that adaptation, sort of like this go hard or go home.
Yeah, England seem very set in their ways, because exactly what needed to happen with this test was adaptation. What won us the test in the first test was flashy shots. You know, Joe Root got to about 60, 70, and then he started hitting sweeps, reverses, smacking it over the infield, and that got him up to 190, and effectively that innings won us the game. But this test, it didn't work. And they need to think, right, we need to go back to the old-fashioned way. Block it. We've got 2 days to get 474 runs and 10 wickets. 474 should come naturally if we just survive. You've got 2 days, that's 180 overs of batting. 474, that's what, 3 and over? Between 2 and 3 and over, which is not a lot. You know, when you think test batting normally goes at what, 4 and over? Yeah, so you haven't got to go and smack the ball around, you just have to be gritty and stay. And it was never going to be a draw, that match, because there was sort of too much time. But I'm not saying it could have easily been an England win, but I don't think they gave themselves any chance at all to win that match the way they played. And that's the issue. And I don't think it's necessarily Joe Root's captaincy that's the reason they played that way. But it's definitely the modern England mindset to go out and play white ball cricket on a red ball stage, and I don't think it works.
I think like today was evidence. I think that Cook went about it in a responsible way, you know, played well, and generally with all of that. But especially, you know, when you ask the low order, when the moves got out, this one was putting down a 90-mile-an-hour Yorker at that calibre. That is when you don't start thinking, right, if he drops one even slightly short, first ball is going to fall.
Yeah.
Like, he's just dismissed one of the best players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
With an absolute hurler of a ball. And that does not mean that you don't like, oh well, this is, let's spend the rest of the day going at 4 over. This can test it easy. It's fun. Let's, you know, quote unquote, entertain the crowd. Or like, if England fans don't really find losing
entertaining.
Like, even so, like, you know, over more quickly, and the wickets are spectacular and all this. I know he was out caught much rather see Besto caught it on than we would see him nick off a slip or whatever, having ground out 50 from 40 balls or even. Well, because there was nothing entertaining or positive about the way we lost that test.
No, I agree.
I just hope that the players and the management can be honest about what happened there and make the changes fundamentally and in terms of personnel that are going to bring a success at the Oval.
Yeah. Well, looking onto the Oval Test, what changes would you make? Would you make personnel changes?
I think they're going to have to. I think the top order batsmen probably will and should be given another crack. So that keeps Jennings and Balance in the side. And I think as well, Dawson, I think, has to be looked at. I don't know who they were facing with, whether they go back to a different spinner, or they put in an extra pace bowler, or they play an extra specialist batsman. But again, I can't reel off names off the top of my head of players that are going to be able to fill in that role.
No, but then equally, it's not our job to, is it?
Yeah, it isn't.
It's the job of the it's the job of.
What you're given.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like you say, I would probably give Jennings one. Ignore that. Sorry. I would give Jennings one final crack of the whip. But if I was the coaching staff, I'd be saying, I don't mind if you get out for 20, but if you do get 20, I want it to be off, you know, like 80 balls or something. I think I just want it, as he's young in his England career, I'd like to see him bat like a Test batsman now, so that when he's,
this is what you need to learn.
Yeah.
Like, you're good, but you're not like that. So let's here's what you try.
Yeah. And then Cook, I'd leave Cook there. I think Cook showed his class by playing a sensible innings, I think. Balance, well, I think I'd... Mark Wood. Oh yeah, we'll get there, but balance, what do you say to balance?
I think we talked about already, but he should be back in 3. I think Moves should be back in 3. However, UniC isn't particularly got wide. I think that, with what we're facing with the team now and what we're lacking, I think we need to accept that that's probably the best place for this team to bat. It's like balance has never been really good. If he's going to play 10 cricket, he's going to be at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
When he can play more natural game, which is nowhere near as conservative as we've seen him play. He's way more aggressive than that.
Yeah.
And as a Yorkshire fan, having seen it on TV for being used to sort of guy balances like counter-attacking left-hander, and then all of a sudden he's like neo-cook, and then there's no longer even neo-cook, he's just defensive walking with it. He's not going to be able to make it step up all the time where he is at the moment, so I think we need to make a step up. I think balance should be ideally top of the order and give it a little bit longer. But if we just succeed very soon, we've got. I think, I don't really know who to replace from there. I think going a bit further down the order, Mark Wood is a worry.
He's a definite worry, mainly because I have so much love for the man, and he's not rewarding me with wickets. And well, the alarm bell that's ringing for me is, if I say to you, why is Mark Wood in the side, what do you say?
He is going to bowl short spells of high pace, viscerally penetrating bowling that are going to put the end of the ball on the back foot and give you the back seams that we've got, take wickets and then go away again.
Yeah. Yeah. Or more briefly, pace like fire. He's supposed to be this. He's supposed to be this 94-mile-an-hour bowler who's striking fear into the heart. Because Anderson and Broad are not scary, are they?
No.
They both bowl sort of. Yeah. Well, if I went into the nets as an amateur cricketer and I could pick to face James Anderson or Mark Wood, I'd pick James Anderson because I know that's probably going to hurt less. But Mark Wood was no faster than Broad and Anderson in this test. His average was around 82, 83. Stokes was quicker than Mark Wood. And yeah, look at even though Stokes is not quick, he still managed to pick up the odd wicket, whereas Woody, we didn't get any wickets. I don't really know what to say. He's in.
I believe he starts with the 2 tests so far. Is or 1 wicket, an average of 197.
197 is his average. Whoa. See, that's a problem.
And me, I think I like to see Rowan go. That's a bit as well. Proper traditional counter-seamer and true, like the only one of the top fantasy board. But he takes wickets in the shed rows, scores aggressive runs in the end. Or maybe even can be able to back with a draw. He turns his head off. Rowan Jones, I think, would be my first choice as the next in line.
Over Jake Ball.
That's an interesting one, isn't it? Paul, I think Paul reasonably well in India without super reward.
Yeah, well, seamers don't tend to get much reward in India, do they? Especially not against some of the best batting in the world. But yeah, I think he bowled alright. But I think as a prospect, Roland Jones is more exciting.
And that's the poshest name what a man could ever ask.
Tobias Rollins Jones.
Tobias Rollins Jones.
Yeah. No, I like him, and then he took that hat trick at Lords on the last day of the county championship to win it. That shows mettle.
He bowled brilliantly as well. I watched the end of that game.
Yeah, I like him, and like you say, he can swing the bat a bit. Definitely swings the bat better than Jake Ball does. Probably.
And so yeah, I look at Wood's position and then take it from there, but I think I'm going to stick with the batsman process. And I have no idea what to do about how to replace him also.
I'd probably chuck Rashid in. I think he's leg spin and he can turn it both ways. It's just the leg spin effect. I think leg spin is always scary to come up against because you don't really know what's going to happen. Whereas with Dawson, you know they're either not going to turn or they're going to turn a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is that terrifying, as opposed to Rashid, who might turn it, might not turn it, might turn it the other way, it might bounce. And I think Rashid's
just like balls at the tail, you know, like Morrison down.
Yeah, because I think that's the other thing. Rashid, people who play big shots, Rashid can draw them in and get them smacking it up in the air. And all the wickets he got on the subcontinent against Bangladesh and India, where's his reward? It's like, you played really well out there, you got all these wickets, now go and play for the Lions.
Outballed Ali.
Yeah, and Rashid is a frontline spinner. He's in the team to bowl spin, whereas Ali is still a batsman. I'd rather give Ali as much of an opportunity to bat without pressure of bowling. I mean, he's always going to bowl because he's too good not to, but
it just takes the pressure off him, and that seems to be quite a big part of his game for Ali, because even last week, sort of, Paul Farbrace came out saying that Marine quite wants to maybe from the Bailiffs, that he pretty much wants to play as a batsman that bowls a bit.
Yeah, well, I think that's what he is for his county, isn't it? I'm sure he's a batsman who can. Well, he always used to be a batsman who could bowl.
3 balls, maybe 10 overs innings.
Yeah, because he used to be a good bat who bowled averagely, and then it was a case of, oh, hang on, England haven't got a spinner. Oh, I hear this fella can do it, and then he's just worked on it tirelessly.
Yeah, credit to him.
Yeah, massive credit to him. I think he's got a fantastic work ethic, and I think he's a fantastic cricketer. I've got loads of time for Moeen Ali.
That's going to be the way that. I think, I'd probably say give Rashid a pop.
Yeah, with regards to Wood, I mean, this is mainly just me liking Mark Wood too much, but I'd probably give him another go.
Yeah. I think a bit of a longer rest between the two tests is going to help him out as well.
Yeah.
His body does not like roll anything.
No, well, the way he bowls is so. Well, it's draining, isn't it? I mean, as soon as he came into the England setup, they were trying to convince him to change his action because they told him, well, you're not going to be able to do this for very long, and that sprint start is well, stressful. Thinking it from an engineer's point of view, he's putting a lot of stress on his body.
They were showing this reel of him on this island. Oh dear, it was like it just slowed down. The force was going through his ankle.
Yeah.
It was just like, you do that to yourself like 60 times a day. But no, like, don't do that. That's going to hurt you a lot. I really think it's getting injured or something. But he's not going to change it because it's what makes him special when he's going well.
Yeah, well, would he be able to bowl as fast if he changed his action to something more traditional?
Yeah, he's not getting any younger as well. He's getting to like late 20s now.
Yeah.
That's quite a big technical change to even do at this age.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks and all that.
But we'll see. Oh yeah, and another change that makes next test is the ability to go and watch the camera. It's like being a job or quite some time now. I think it's very when he first came to the side that he hadn't seen him after the game. Like some of these things, I think it needs to happen now and make it pretty much unanimously accepted selective balance. So yeah, that'll be another change I'll make for the next test. Okay, does that conclude, I think, what we have to say?
I think so. I mean, the main thing I took from this test is the phrase, what brand of cricket are we going to play? And I think that phrase just needs to be binned, because we tried playing a particular brand of cricket in this test and it ultimately lost us the test. So I think Root knows this as well. I know Root said he wants to play, how does he word it, positive cricket or proactive cricket, like he wants to go and grab the game, but I think that game was by no means within grabbing distance. That was a game that had to be toughed out, and we didn't do it and we got embarrassed.
And I think the next test starts a week on Thursday, so I'm sure that we're back then with analysis of that, and maybe some coverage during. So I quite enjoyed doing that last time, so that'll be comfortable to do again, and hopefully we'll be back to do something else way before on a different subject.
Yeah, we've got plenty of ideas to talk about, and also if anybody watching or anybody watching or anyone who's seen any of our stuff wants us to discuss anything, drop us a message. We're open to everything.
So although given this show's in its infancy, or this podcast, or this bit of work that we're doing is in its infancy, you know, we do want to make it sort of like the very best we can. So do feel free to write in and help us make it the best we can.
Yeah, and as much as we're doing it for our enjoyment, the reason we're sharing it is because we want it to be enjoyed by many. So if there's something that you would enjoy us to talk about, let us know.
Cool. Okay. Well, shall we start to think on it? And thanks a lot.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Never a chore.
Careful.
Yeah. Until next time.